Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today, another 5 pens from my collection. This time though, they are all the same model. They are all TWSBI Ecos. Here we go, 5 pens, 5 different inks. What's the difference? It's the nib sizes. So I've got an extra fine, a fine, a medium, a broad, and a 1.1 stub. So I thought, what a nice way to compare them and actually see what is the difference between the nibs. So join me now down on the table. Let's jump on in and take a look at these pens. Welcome down to the table. So this is a video I've been looking forward to making this for ages, and I've been having to spend and keep delaying it until I could get all 5 of these TWSBI nibs. So this is my TWSBI Eco nib comparison, and we'll start with the it's a TWSBI Eco, surprisingly. This is the black version. I've got a dark ink in here. I do try to be a bit matchy-matchy with my inks. So with the Eco, I'm only going to talk through this first one. The rest of them, they're all the same body. It's just the colours that will be different. And the nibs, obviously. So we've got this tube. It's a very utilitarian pen. I find it really nice. It's handy. I've always got at least one of these inked up. I did start off with a fine and the extra fine, but over time, as my tastes have changed, I've moved into the broader nibs, so we'll see them in a minute. So very utilitarian, piston filling pen. You can see the piston takes up about half of the mechanism. We've got a transparent section. The section can feel a bit on the thin side. That's the only one thing I will say. And here we got the nib. This one is the extra fine nib. They are comfortable to use though. You can sort of post them. They post onto here. There's a little rubber gasket running around. Hopefully you can see that. So that's what it posts onto. But I find unposted more than usable. So we've got here. So we've got an extra fine nib on this one. Price wise, 60 Aussie dollars. Now they're all the same price. The ink. Diamine Ash. Do that Wesky squirrel grid. So up and down. Really nice. You can hear the nib, but it doesn't feel overly scratchy. Just move this up a tiny bit and we'll do our drying times. So we go immediate, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, still getting a bit of a smudge. Let's go for 1 minute. After a minute, may have had a tiny smudge here, but that's dry there after a minute. Really nice. Enjoy writing with this. Been ages since I've used it because, I say, over time, my tastes have been developing and changing in the width of the nibs that I like. Let me move this up. So the next one we've got, this is the transparent orange version. So again, as I say, I'm not going to talk through the pens because they're all the same. So here's the nib on this one. Again, looks virtually identical, doesn't it? So we've got here a and this is the fine nib. Can you guess how much it is? Yeah, that's right, $60. The ink, Diamine Flame. So let's have a look here. There we go, that fills that box quite nicely. To my eye, I've got to be honest, these lines don't look too different. I can see maybe, yes, tiny little bit wider here on the fine. This is our usual paper. It's 100 GSM paper with a slight creaminess to it. I am going to write some sentences on some Tomoe River paper once we've been through all the pens, so we'll hopefully get a better idea there what the line width is like. Drying times, that's immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. After a minute there, that one now nice and dry. So that's the fine nib. Move the page up. Here we go. This time we're going to look at the medium nib. So this is the fully transparent version. What I like with this, you can see here we've got a little bit of a liner inside the cap, so that is helping to keep the wetness there in that nib. So with the medium version, the first thing I noticed with this, it does feel smoother on the page. And the ink Diamine Jacaranda. Beauty with the fully transparent version, because as I've said earlier, I like to do matchy type ink pairings. So with this one, I can have any ink that I want. So this is filling up this grid an awful lot faster. There we go. Starting to see a wider line now. There's a definite noticeable difference that I can see between the fine and the medium. It does feel a lot smoother. Drying times is immediate. 10 seconds. Nearly dry there. 30 seconds. After 30 seconds there with this one, that's nice and dry. So there's the medium nib. Move the page up once again. Now we're going to go for broad. This is in this really nice blue colour. Just turning this around so you can see it. There we go. This is one of the newer pens, same with that transparent. They're the two that I've been holding off getting, so now I've got them. Here we go. We can write with them. So this is a this is very, very smooth on the page, even on this slightly textured page. The ink, for a change, we've got a Colorverse ink. I absolutely love this combo. Let's do that wasky squirrel grid. Just look at how that's filling. Really nice. Again, we're seeing a step up in the line width here. This ink has got a little bit of a sheen to it, not a lot, but a little bit, so we can just about see this coming through there. Not sure if the camera can capture it. Let me see if I can actually get the camera to focus for you. There you go. I had to press a few times. But yes, a little tiny bit of a red sheen coming through. Drying times is immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. There we are. There's such a tiny smudge there, not worth doing a 1 minute test. So another fairly fast drying combo here. So that's the broad nib. And then finally, move that up a little bit. Here we've got the green version with the 1.1 stub. Really nice. This was the first TWSBI Eco I've had. I really enjoy it. It's really what got me hooked on them. So here we go with the stub nib. The ink is by Diamine. And it's Appletini. Let's do our grid. So there we are, going up and down. You can see that filling up. There we go. I must have accidentally twisted it the wrong way, so going across. This is where hopefully we'll see the line variation. There's going down, there's going across, and the same here with the grid. You can see the line variation coming out in that. Very nice. Now this nib on here is very soft. It's got a real nice bounce to it. My working assumption is it's because I've been using it for so long. Drying times, here's immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. After a minute there, we're still slightly wet, so here we've got a really wet combo. I'm going to swap on over and I'm going to fetch in my Tomoe River paper. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. This is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. It's the old style Tomoe River paper in this A5 notepad. So we'll start in the same order, going all the way from extra fine all the way through to that 1.1 stub. Fair bit there of scratchiness. A couple of places it did feel like it was catching the paper. Now with the fine. Again, this one does feel a little bit on the scratchy side, but it's not catching the paper, or certainly in this writing sample, didn't feel like it was catching the paper like that extra fine was. Move this up, now with a medium. With this one, we're starting to feel a lot smoother. The scratchiness has gone. It's also a lot quieter when I'm writing with it. The broad. Very nice. That's a lot smoother. There's a bit of tactileness to it. It's also very quiet when I'm writing. Move that up and we'll use the 1.1 stub. That one whispers to me as it's writing, really nice. Love the line variation we're getting there. Let's just turn this around. Can we get them all there? Yeah, we can get them all on the screen. So we've got the extra fine, we've got the fine, we've got the medium, we've got the broad, and I'm going to turn that around. I know this is me being a bit anal. I like to have them properly lined up. And then finally, we're just on the bottom, just squeezing into the camera, we've got the 1.1 stub. If you were to say to me, Gary, of these 5 nibs, if you could only have one eco, what would you have? And I would say very quickly, nearly was the blue, but it's going to go with the 1.1 stub in the green. So these are my quick thoughts on the TWSBI Eco nibs. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So what are your thoughts on these pens? Which nib size do you prefer? I like the broad, I like the medium. The only ones I'm not too certain of are that fine and that extra fine, but that's because of how my tastes have developed. What nib sizes though do you like? Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart a conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.